men who believe in starting big, which may actually be impossible.
So let us not turn this into a gender thing. We got the money from our husband.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're very grateful. Thank you very much. Now,
okay.
Secondly, about how we started selling the product. I remember my first sale was on Facebook. I was among the first people to start online marketing. I created a Facebook page. If you check on we have a page, Samara Bedding and Interiors. And by that time, so many people had not embraced online marketing. But I would go there, and by that time they had started this sponsorship where you sponsor an advert, you pay some money, and the adverts keep running on random pages. I remember the first post we put, I put $10, and from that $10, I was able to get like 20 clients. For the first 2 years of our business, we never had a shop. Yeah. We used to do online marketing. Remember, we used to have a fielder, and would
UAS.
UAS, yes. We used to fill the car until you don't have even where to sit. Like, by the time we were going to work, 3/4 way, it was full of bedding. So that was our shop, and we used internet, specifically Facebook, to market our products.
Thank you very much. Stella, where does money come from? How do we find our clients that we sell to?
Thank you very much. Like I said, I began with 170,000. There's something I've written in this book through experience, how to start. Yeah. Small amounts have power.
Yes.
Now, whatever we begin to do or we choose to do, it is a destination. And it is your brain, my brain, that has bring the success of your journey. So once you set your mind to do something, please go for it. It's not about the money. First of all, you need the knowledge on what you want to do. And begin with that little money. The way I started, I did not go for big monies or get a loan, but it is this little money that I had. I started that small business, and whatever I would get, I would put it back. I would not use it. I only took away the tithe and offering. Now, with business, you don't separate God with your business if you are an Adventist.
Good point.
Okay? Yes. So many times we fail because we do not, maybe we forget and focus on this, that this is my business. All you have to do is about business, my business, okay?
Yeah.
So we will not separate the two entities. Now, when you get that small money, invest it. You get definitely the profit. Invest it back. Do not use it until you see that you're getting something out of it. I saw it growing. When I was starting to work, I had a small place.
So, still, I might have missed that. Where did your first money come from?
My first money was part of the money that my boss had paid me.
Okay.
Yes.
So, the point I want us to pick from here is where people are here struggling. Do I have capital?
Okay.
Do I have capital? I can see there is a capital, domestic capital. I'm seeing capital from your salary. In your case, like your termination package. That is money that you used. Your severance package, and you used that, and you grew that money. You did not eat it when you earned, but you helped it to grow. Yeah. How about the customers?
The customers, maybe to add on that, when you want to get capital, you can also get it like through employment. You can get something, but you have a mind that I'm going to start up something. Now the clients, I used to talk about it by then, and I would share with friends. Friends supported me, by the way. And even the location, I'm very mindful of the location when I started working.
Yes.
I don't usually like back things because I'm going to pay very little money, so I have to pay 50. where I would have paid 100 in order to get a good client.
Yeah.
So the location is also very important to add on your capital.
Yeah.
Do not get worried. As long as your mind is set, you'll be a successful person.
Thanks so much, Stella. I've noted two, actually three. Of course, the one for the capital where you got it from. But the other point that I noted, which is critical and we should all go away with it, is that we should not separate God from the business that we're doing. In your case, your business started giving tithe from the word go. I pray that we all give tithe from our businesses, but even from any earnings that we have. The second point is location. Location, people tell us location, location, location. If you're going to sell items, people need to see them, people need to be able to access them. And so that's how you access to your market. Jamie, the year was which one, 2009 or when the business is starting?
2008.
8.
Yes.
Where does money come from?
At the very beginning or
Yes,
now?
from the beginning.
Like I mentioned, part of my salary, but it was also from my husband, so that is domestic.
Husband Zoe.
Yes.
Yes, so capital, in your case, savings from your salary, domestic capital from the family. Very soon you'll be telling us it was family resources that we brought together. But thank you for saying yes, it was your husband who contributed towards this. So you grew that money, but how did you get clients? How did you identify them? How did you market your business to make sure that you're actually selling whatever it is that you started out with?
Like it was organic growth.
Organic.
I started with family and friends.
Yeah.
Then actually we moved knowing very well that this business at one time, because there was a needed huge capital. So we saved, like my colleagues has done. We employed, after like 3-4 months, when customers started coming, we employed an accountant who was part-time, who used to come and count the books. Because something to do with air ticket, you see you have money, someone has bought a flight of 3,000,
Yes.
and you think it is your money. It is not your money. That is, we sell on behalf of the airline. What
Yes.
you have there is a very small figure.
Yeah.
So you need to put in mind that what you have is that what we call a service fee. So for you to have, you can have millions of money at the bank, but when actually you have peanuts for the company.
Yes.
So that is how we grew organically, knowing very well that it's not our money, we sell on behalf of the airlines. And our nature of business is you have to remit this money to the airline on the 15th day and on the 30th day. So whatever you sell in 2 weeks has to be remitted on the 15th day and on the 30th. So you have to put in mind that it's not your money, so you don't touch it. What I've seen in the travel industry, actually, men don't do very well because when they look at that huge amount of money at the bank, they think it is money to use. So ladies have done so well in the travel industry because we are so many. We fear certain risks because the moment you use that money, first of all, they take away your license and actually they take away. So where we have reached now, it's not, we cannot afford because the company has grown over 14 years.
Yeah.
So right now we are using what we call bank guarantee.
Yes.
So the bank now is the one in the middle of our business. So, and this is more risky. You didn't ask me this, Elder, did you?
It's coming, but you can
So
talk
I
about
first
it. Yes.
I stop it.
No, go on. We've run out of time, so talk about it as much as you can, because I may not bring that question for people to ask, so talk about it.
Okay, when business grows, when you have really done your best, grown so well, it becomes very expensive. You cannot afford to put money in the business. Let me just give you like a simple example. We ticket government. We came from individuals now to do corporate and government. A minister will tell you, give me a ticket, I'm going to America. And a minister does not travel business class, economy class. They travel first class. A ticket is like $10,000, which is $37 million.
Our money.
Our money, yes. And you know, you can $10,000, 37, just one, and the minister will go with a PS, a PP, and an assistants and judges, depending on what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So on one business like this, you're spending about $100,000.
Yeah.
So that is too big for a company to handle. So we go to the bank.
Yes.
Now we work with the bank.
Yeah.
So for you to work with the bank, how do you manage $100,000 for just maybe Ministry of Finance? Yet there's also Ministry of Internal Affairs. There is also Parliament. So you find that your capital is so huge that you as a company cannot, so the bank has to intervene. But also for the bank to intervene, you ought to have property that you surrender to the bank worth the amount of money
that you're asking for.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're not careful, you find the house has gone, the farm has gone, the cars have gone, and you're on the street. So there's a lot of discipline in that kind of business. But growth comes with time. It teaches you discipline, and eventually you learn how to move with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Discipline seems to be a very critical issue. I know you mentioned, by the way, all these women, their husbands are my friends. You mentioned that men lack discipline, but your husband is my friend, and I know he has discipline. So yes, and consistency. You know, you have self-sacrifice, discipline, and consistency. Yeah, so thank you very much, Jamie. Now, Longo, how do you sell what you sell? How did you start selling? And how did you find money that eventually turned into a business?
My first business, the daycare, I had some exit money that I started with. But of course, it couldn't run for the 10 years that I was in business, and better still, start a new one.
Yeah.
So credit goes to Sir Longo. He has done great. He's so amazing towards that. And
even me, I get from him, by the way. So that
he has been so supportive.
yes.
Not to sound so spiritual, but in the Bible, God told Moses, what do you have?
What are you holding?
It was a stick, but it worked miracles.
Yeah.
Then when you look at the disciples, when the multitude didn't have what to eat, Jesus asked them, what do you have? 5 yes. And it fed multitudes. So I'm here to speak to that one person who does not have 10,000 every day in their pocket, because the economy is so demanding. It is very tough. So someone needs 1,000, needs 5,000, needs 10,000. And this is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
My passion for cutting, for craft, has made me start small. I make hair bands. A hair band goes for 5,000. I make key rings, just cutting out something, you put a ring and you sell it for 5,000. You will not have to ask someone for 10,000 if you make 10 key rings. And people, it is possible. If you know you do not have the money, it is possible. Don't look for 100,000, don't look for millions, because in this era, you may not get the chance to get the million. And besides, if the million drops in your pocket today, there are a lot of demands for it. You have house rent, you have gorillas for the children. I mean, you have quite a lot that will take the million. So start small, start with the little you have, and you will grow into Jemima and do better business.
Amen.
Where do I sell?
Uh-huh.
I come from a very big family, very big. I'm the 32nd in my family.
What?
And it's not that they all buy from me.
Yeah.
The 11 who buy from me can give me the 50,000.
Yeah.
We have church family.
Yeah.
When you look around KCC, everyone, most of the children carry this for their Bibles.
Yes, it's our uniform.
Yes. I mean, you have Katale everywhere because everyone likes the cookie you have. Everyone likes the hairband you have. Everyone likes whatever you have. As long as you have, as long as it's good, they'll buy it. So start.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll agree with me that we have been very blessed to have these 4 women, but time has not done us justice. I wonder, Elder Paul, whether you will be willing to be corrupted and give us 10 minutes for the audience to ask questions. 5 or 10? 10. Yeah, if you didn't give us 10, you would not eat supper. So we have 10 minutes for questions. Please go straight to your question. Ask your question. We'll take several at a time, and then we'll get answers. Somebody please take a mic around so people can ask questions. Where's the mic? Where's the mic? Let's pass. Okay. Here's a mobile mic. Take this around. There's somebody right over there at the edge. The gentleman over there. Please keep your hand up. Not everybody is going to ask. It is only those that I'll select that will ask. So for you spoke in the morning. So I'm going to ask somebody else to ask. I saw you. You gave a testimony, not in the morning. But there's a lady there. Please ask your question. Take a mic to the lady behind there. She'll be next. Oh, Joy, ask if you're ready. Young Sebo, come here and ask your question. Use my mic.
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Riho Joseph. I am really thankful for the opportunity to have these people on the panel. So my question is, we have a lot of young people, usually from maybe you're at campus or from the secondary schools, and you have these ideas, and we know right now the world is being driven by innovation.
The question.
The question is, if you have an innovative idea and you want some investment, how do you go about that?
Okay, if you have an innovative idea, you want investment, how do you go about it? Capital. Joy.
Thank you so much, ladies. As far as I understand, business in Uganda is now so hard because of what I see. People are running out of business. People are moving out of business every day and every now and then. How are you managing to break through? With the high taxes, with the high rent, how are you managing to break through?
Business is very high. How are you managing? Please write down the questions. You'll each give a take. There's a lady at the back there. Please pass her the mic. And also tell us about taxes. Tell us if you're paying taxes. And if you're not, please be careful what you say, because there are some people here from revenue.
Elder, I want to be clear on this. Yes. She talked about location. I'm one person who works from home, but yes, I do a variety of businesses. Yeah. It is very possible I get orders. If at all you've advertised, you can work from home, however deeper it might be. I work from home and get orders that are very, very huge. Okay. And if I drive what I do to these customers of mine, so it's okay to work from home.
Okay, thank you. I think it is the same with Nalongo also. She works from home, but sources her customers from her networks and from advertising. Okay, a question over there.
I'll start with what Nalongo spoke about last. We are advised as Seventh-day Adventists every time in church to do business with our fellow brothers and sisters. Just as we even have the exhibition that is going to happen. So with my experience, the hardest clients to work with are family and friends because of the bias and very many things. So as a Seventh-day Adventist businesswoman, how do you handle such a thing?
Okay, the question is how to work with clients with whom you have, an emotional relationship. Family, friends, churchmates. We have time for 2 more questions.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Chamba de Pius David. To the panel, that is to Mrs. Walugembe Jamie, I wanted to know what is a career, and normally it was really interesting. What is a career? How best could I build a career? And to everyone on the panel, to someone in this place, someone in this room who has been the audience to whatever you are saying, and what could be the best, that one word, that simple kind of word that could motivate them, that kind of, a single word to someone here who has dreams, that dream of being entrepreneur, that dream of being somewhere, that dream of achieving. Thank you very much.
Okay, the last question.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Gershon Kamgasha. My question is, yes, I understand all of you started the businesses when you are quite old. So what advice would you give to someone? What advice would you give to someone, let's say someone living with their parents or someone studying but has a business idea that they want to chase, but the parents want you this side and all that. How do you how do you advise someone to go about that?
Okay, thank you, Kamgasha. Do we have one last question, or shall we take this? Over here. Okay.
For me, my question, I have 2 questions. One person told me that no one can lie you that is successful with one business. Every successful one has another businesses. And another one told me that now you are still young. You first correct testimony. Is it true?
First correct a testimony. You've had 4 here, so go and start a business. So members, we have about 4 questions. One was about capital over there. The other one was from Joy asking about how do you manage to continue. It's a question about resilience, really. In the current economy, how are you managing to go through? And there was a question from the gentleman over there about dealing with relationships in business, including if somebody can talk about hiring relatives, I would like to hear from that. There was one for you, Jamie, specifically about career. And then finally, from Kamgasha on how to start in the context of being at the parents' home. These will be our questions today, and we shall wind it up after these questions. But I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all, and I would like to volunteer on your behalf to say that you are available for additional questions. Yes, I know these women quite well. They are good women, and they'll volunteer additional help beyond this panel to ask more questions. So please, let's address these questions in any order. If you feel you want to answer, please go on. Get the mic and answer. Use tellers.
I'm answering the one which was directly addressed to me about the career guidance in my profession. Right now, for someone who wants to do airline and ticketing, we have all our universities, most of our universities have a course called tourism. So under tourism in the universities, you find course units like ticketing, hotel reservations, marketing. And so when you qualify, you either come in the airline to do ticketing, or you go to we have now bodies like Uganda Wildlife Authority, you have Uganda Tourism Board, We have the Association of the Uganda Tour Operators. So once you work, you have taken a course in tourism at Makerere or any other university, you'll be able to do the work that I do. Alternatively, there's a specific course which is called ticketing. It is done by Career Institute. It's called Career Institute. They are only doing a ticketing course under the International Air Transport Association, which is IATA in short. And IATA is an international body that governs airlines, that governs air transport, that governs airports. So it's specific. If someone wants to do only ticketing, to work in an airline without necessarily going into tourism, can also do it at the Career Institute. At least it's one of the recognized institutes that you take on a diploma course and you are able to work as a ticketing officer. He also asked of how to motivate. Normally when you qualify as in tourism with a degree or diploma, people normally come to the travel agents and to the airlines for an internship program. So once you do better, because in the office where I work, most people whom we have employed have come in as interns, but when they do better, we retain them. And we also offer those who can just come and have the intern at our office, and they go afterwards. We have had them. So I think of... and about taxes...
taxes, the taxman.
Yes, the taxman. My husband worked with URA. Was a tax collector. Yes. So there's no way you can evade tax when you've had a tax collector in a home and who is a church elder. So you have to pay tax for the church tax, which is tithe, because it's not our money. You have to remit, the company has to remit, individuals have to remit. What we do for us to avoid issues, the accountant takes off. When the payroll is out, you don't bargain. The church goes directly on the account. What we have as our names and Mount Olives, the money just goes direct. You don't bargain about it. And also the company, no tricks about it. URA, you have to remit the money. Else, for us now at our level, you cannot do any bids when you don't have what we call tax clearance certificates. So the tax issue, I think it also answered on our side. Thank you so much.
Stella, please.
I'll speak about this, this one of one gentleman there, that no man has been successful with one business, partly yes and partly no. As a business person, through experience, I realized that it is very hard to do more than one business or two because of the nature of how we have been brought up. I think Ugandans and Kenyans are different people when it comes to business. Probably in Kenya it might be easy, but not in Uganda.
But you would know what is happening in Kenya, no? Since,
yes, I know partly. Yeah, because you can't manage 2, 3 businesses when you're not there. Maybe you can find a way of doing it. One, by investing. You can invest. There are businesses that you can run without your presence. But as you start, when you have small businesses, it's good to focus on one, because you'll be able to monitor and to keep your records and to understand what goes about your business. Or you can use one place for 2 or 3 businesses. I've tried it and I think it's okay. And with also the CCTV, the cameras, they can help, and your presence definitely. And I will also talk about how to run business with maybe how we can manage where there's biasness and everything with family, friends, church family. Yes, these are the challenges. When we talk about business, because of time we have not gone into deep, but there are many challenges. But still, that will not stop you as long as you want to do your business. But maybe a simple request or advice, let us support one another. Now, I'll give an example I've been thinking about always. We Adventists know that we have to do our weddings, not so. Before you get into marriage, not so. So throughout the year, now I'll talk on my business, that we do cards and everything. Before you think of someone out there, why don't you think about an Adventist in order to support this person? Yeah? Because this is the same person who is going to support your wedding, not so. But several times we are so biased, and we do work outside there, but we bring the pledges to us, not so. So it is very discouraging. Maybe today let us talk about that. If you know that there's someone who has a tour company, they have cars, go out to them. Personally, I did that when I was planning for my wedding, and it was successful. And I was happy because I blessed my what? My church family. When we look at the Israelites, those people are so rich, not so. But they do not take money outside. So I pray that we can work together and we can grow. Another thing, if you have wisdom, if you have knowledge, look out, teach, don't discourage. I have a testimony. I've taught people with no single coin, and they're doing well. Yes. If you have gotten something, reach out to someone else, because we need the tithe and the offering. Yes. So we can do the constructions, not so. Yes. Yes, do not hide wisdom. Even the Bible discourages that. Give out the wisdom, because no one has been born with this wisdom, not so. Yes. We read, we are taught.
Yeah. Thank you, Stella. Beryl. I know Beryl and Nalong, we are going to be on pressure to finish in the 10 minutes that Elder Paul gave us. But please make your points. Nalong Jakoza.
Okay, Sister Joy asked about how we've managed to stay in business. Number one, you need to plan for rainy days. They happen so much in business. And there are times when you can't even make the rent that you're supposed to pay. Even the business cannot make enough money to pay the employees. So you need to plan, and you need to know that those days are always there, and they always come to pass. Then taxman, in whatever you do when you join business, you should know that the taxman is always at the door, knocking every day. Be it VAT, income tax, license, and everything, you just have to be ready to pay the taxes. Because the more you dodge them, the more you create problems for yourself that may lead to closure of your business. Then there's someone who asked about family, friends, and business. I can assure you that most, I don't know, for her, she said that family supported her. But if you start a business hoping that your family and friends will support you, trust me, you'll be shocked. Most of the time, our friends and family want to associate with us and associate with our businesses when we are somewhere, not when we are starting. You know, when you see someone coming with Vinyebo following, you're like, oh, she's here coming, Vanagi, I don't want to buy. That attitude is there. But what I can tell you is that the market is wide. It doesn't have to be your friend. It doesn't have to be your family. God will send a stranger, and that stranger will support and will help sustain your business. I think...
We'll all have one last word, and it will be a word.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There is a gentleman there who talked about innovation, how to support innovative ideas. Oh, yeah. And yes, and in my case, I also have innovative ideas, but my prototype will be a cheap one. If I'm supposed to come up with a bag, I'll use paper to make my prototype, then probably share it with Uncle Sam, and he can support me if it is good enough to take to the market. So start small with what you have. If you have a big innovation, scale it down so that someone can associate with it and then help you out. But otherwise, if you get to Sam and tell him, I want 20 million to start up, I want to start to make a car, he will not, because he will look at that huge figure and he will not know where to start from. So start small. And about friends and family, employ Omuchuba to sell to the friends and family. I personally cannot sell to people here, but Sarah does it for me.
Oh, Sarah is like a... Okay.
Then about taxes, the moment you start a business and put out a signpost, you will attract people, municipal council, whatever. In my case, I pay trading license because I think Bubu at my level, buy Uganda, build Uganda, stops at trading license.
The volume of business.
Yes.
Yes.
And the last one is about parents encouraging children to run their passion. Yeah. I graduated in BBA Business Computing. Okay, I use computer for my designs, but of course I would learn it if I grew up and started doing my cutting and putting pieces together. What am I saying? Parents, encourage your children to do their passion because you do not know where they'll end up. And besides, the passion will always override. So as they are doing school during the holidays, let them do something they love to do and encourage them. Mr. Kamgasha, encourage that young man to do what he wants, as he does school as well. And my last one, I think I should say my word.
Yeah, please go on.
My last word is tomorrow we have a practical session. We shall be making shoes, sandals, hairbands, and cushion covers.
Okay.
If you can, look out for it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Irene, and for your last word. Beryl, your last word.
My closing remarks, first of all, is to thank my clients who are seated here. I can see quite a number of them, Mabel being one of them. I'm very grateful, and thank you for always supporting us. And number two, for those who want to start business, it's never easy, it's doable, and at the end of the day, it is worth it. Finally, we have an exhibition. And this is one of the platforms that will enable you sell your business, sell whatever you're doing. It's Buy Adventist, Build Adventist. It will be on 28th August at Chambogo Grounds. And I think all of us are invited. It is for the English churches. Bunga is also part of us. Then Kampala Central Church, East Kampala, and Mount Olives. We're looking forward to seeing you there. For those who want to exhibit, please see me or Elder Walugembe or the representatives from your different churches. May God bless you.
Thank you. Stella?
I'd like to thank Jamie. Part of my capital, you supported, and you grew, I grew. So I still need you, my dear. Beryl, I thank you very much. She's still my client. She has supported me. Whenever she does her work, she reaches out to me. I'm so grateful. And please come, those who have not yet visited us, please come. We are good people. We love seeing our church family grow. Let us support one another. I have a flyer here. There are some skills that we are training people in business skills. These are our flyers. We are going to give them out. Please come, do not fear, and you'll be there. I have also a book which I've sold at 50,000 for my CEOs, but I'll give it to you at 6,000. Knowledge is power. There's a lot that we have not touched. Please come and have this book, and you'll not regret. May God bless you.
Thank you. So, Campmeeting committee, please remember to tax that 6,000. Yes, Jamie, your last word.
Yes, thank you so much. Team Church, you're so supportive.
Yes.
You've supported our businesses when we are beginning. when everyone is starting a business, the first thing, if you're Seventh-day Adventist, we think of church. So we are proud to be Adventist.
Amen.
We are proud and we are happy that church has supported our businesses. So
Amen.
come, please. You will be supported. We will support you.
Amen.
On behalf of Sight Travel, I know I have some people around here. Sight Travel is a tour and travel company that is dealing with air ticketing, wherever you want to go. We have now holiday. Time for Christmas has come. Come, we take you everywhere in the world. The world is open, and our tagline is, the world is yours. So the world is yours. Come, we take you there. We have vehicle hires. With your support, we have managed to, we have a fleet of over 50 cars, ranging all types of cars we have. Please come and get a car. I thank my people who have supported Sight Travel. And please come for insurance if you want to travel. We have insurance, which we call travel insurance. When you go out there, it is less than $50, but you can pay billions and millions of money if you fall sick when you have traveled. Right. So please come for safaris. I know most of us don't know Uganda. Come, we take you to Kalangala. Come, we take you to see gorillas. We will exhibit on the 28th, like Beryl has announced. So come at the ground. We'll be there. Those who want career guidance, I will be there to assist you. Please, we are here to assist you. The world is yours. Sight Travel is yours. Thank you so much, team.
Thank you very much, ladies. Let's give them a hand clap. I know per program it is sports time, so I want to thank you, everybody, for staying here and listening in and benefiting from this program. Before I hand it over to the elder on duty, I'm going to invite us to humble ourselves and pray, and then Elder Paul will come and crown it. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this time that you've given us to hear from these ladies who have done so well and have done us proud. We want to thank you for what we've heard, what we've learned. We ask, oh God, that you may bless them in their businesses, that they may also be a blessing to us and to your church. We ask that you may bless everybody who is seated here in this congregation, that, Father, as we go about our duties in this life, that you may help us to be diligent, to be passionate about what we do, to be consistent, to be forward-looking, to be hardworking, and, Father, that we may draw blessing from you and that we may praise you and glorify you in all that we do. Continue to be with us in this meeting for the glory of your name, for in Jesus' name we prayed. Amen.